First of the 300th YCSs has come to a close, and Vanquish was the winner. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more content. So Dortmund has come and gone, and honestly, I found this to be very interesting. Draco Tale was your highest represented deck in the top cut of this event. I mean, out of your top 8, 5 of the top 8 were dedicated Draco Tale variants, which is kind of crazy just to think about on the long haul here. Now, you also had Vanquish, which ended up winning the event. We don't have the list as of yet, but I assume it'll make its way out into the open soon. We did have a Malice, and we also had a Radiant Typhoon challenger with the Fiendsmith package, which was quite nice. Now, I mean, just looking overall at your numbers from this, you did have a lot of interesting rogue challenge, but we're still missing a lot of information. And there was even a Fire King duelist present within the top cut of this event, which I think is really, really, really cool. Now let's get into deck list. So, runner up with ye old Draco Tale. Now, am I necessarily surprised about this? No. What I am surprised about is only one Fallen and Virtuous in this. You mean to tell me that you were able to go all weekend with just one singular Fallen and Virtuous, and it was consistent enough to work? To me, that's freaking crazy to think about. I do see that we are playing the Exciton Knight. I guess when push comes to shove, being able to clear up fields and be able to just kind of win the game on the spot is one of those things that kind of feels important. Also, seeing Nibiru kind of rotating in here and actually being a primal force, I think is kind of refreshing, honestly. You don't really see a lot of Nibiru, and I guess if people are just going to ignorantly play into it this format, you know, you may as well take advantage of it, right? Next up, we have more branded Draco Tale. This was your top 4 finish. Now, this is more of my speed. This is where you see the double Fallen and Virtuous actually coming in and doing what it's supposed to do. You once again do get to see the Mistaken Arrest down here actually doing some very, very strong work. I do like this. I think that this is a pretty big showcase of differences in the meta, and also we do get to see Exciton Knight, yet once again being one of those equalizer cards that you can kind of just pick up and roll on into the meta and actually have it work out for you. So can't really stress that out enough. Also, once again, we do get to see the double Nibiru doing its job in here. You know, even with all of the limitations and things that have been placed on this deck, it definitely shows, or at least it looks like, the key differences in the meta were very, very strong. Now we drop down here to the Fiendsmith Radiant Typhoon duelist who made top 8. I was really rooting for this list because I thought it was really cool, you know, being able to, you know, to level 3 package into the little melody here. And then, of course, this being a light fiend monster to open up the world of reverse engineering for you to be able to go into the Fiendsmith to get to the Wave King Kaiser. This once again shows that, one, you can splash in the Fiendsmith package. You can do a lot of crazy things, but also you're taking advantage of that natural level 3 synergy that this deck has. And I mean, okay, cool, you know, you can make the Link 2 with this for sure, but at one point, you kind of got to think about the different options that your strategy allows you to pivot into, and you may as well take advantage of that, you know? Also do see we had Super Polys, which are pretty good, and this Shifter put in a lot of work, man. The card was pretty brutal to watch resolve. Next up, we have some more top 8 for you, some more Draco Tale action. Now, this list actually sporting off some Forbidden Droplets. I saw Forbidden Droplet popped up on the NA side of things. It did look like it was an interesting tech choice. My concerns are it just doesn't necessarily feel like enough. You know, it's one of those cards that you look at in terms of power and you're like, all right, you know, this can kind of win some games, but it's like, you're burning off resources that you might not necessarily want to burn. You'd rather fuse with. But I guess to be fair, there's just certain power cards within this format that can just kind of shut you out. Also, I do like the Pankratops down here. And we are once again seeing, those Nibiru's being pushed into the side deck here, getting the chance to kind of showcase some of that power that we were necessarily kind of looking towards. All right, more branded Draco Tale. We have more top 8. Wow. We have a lot of top 8 lists for this. And I mean, once again, yes, I understand it's a lot of copy and paste. There are some little deviancies or deviant courses that we can go down to kind of change the path. I mean, this build's playing a Luber, which is fine for, a tech choice, right? If you have to stick the Luber on the field, he's not necessarily going to be the worst path for you to go down. Honestly, a Luber being able to pop himself out of the graveyard can catch the opponent off guard. I also do see we are side decking the Horn down here instead of maining it, which is fine. I guess they're trying to, not exceed the number too much to try to have things be a little bit inconsistent. Also, having the branded opening in the deck to kind of offer you that layer of protection, I do think matters a little bit in hindsight for the deck building process. So that's something to consider. Next up, top 16 was a Fiendsmith Yummy list. Holy crap, man. Congratulations. You were one of the few people this weekend that heard the call of the Yummy and decided to pick this deck up with and run across the field with it. And you know what? That's excellent. That's what we needed to see. We needed people to pick up Yummy and still believe in the deck. I do see we are playing the Assist Yummy Trap in here. We've also got Triple Pyre Map running, which that one's a little bit interesting. Can't necessarily say I'm surprised about that. Also, Reaper doing some really weird, funny things in here. And then, of course, you're getting into a lot of that Fiendsmith stuff to, get to the Wave King Kaiser. I mean, once again, if your deck can access Wave King Kaiser and actually, kind of hunker down on it and effectively protect it, there is a payoff to it. You want your field to be able to stick around to its thing. Next up, we have more top 16. This is Antonio's list. So this list actually was playing the One of Albion in the deck, which, as you've seen between a couple of these lists, this card's kind of like DLC. It's like, hey, if you want to play it to dump down a particular piece, maybe use it as an additional little stepping stone, you can do so. You have those options available to you. It's why you choose to play it. Also, going with the 2 Fallen and Virtuous, which is fine. We do once again see another list trying out some spicy techs, going with the 2 Forbidden Droplet here instead of exploring the 3rd. They wanted to keep the deck as low to 40, I feel like, as possible, just to make sure that you're not going to run into those inconsistencies. We have the additional Incredible Ecclesia in here. I do know that there was a list that was running around that was trying to play 3 of these, which is crazy. We also have 2 Double Cyclone. We've also got the Triple Dragon's Mind doing its job back here, so it's kind of cool. Next up, we have a Pure Yummy variant by Fabian, and this is actually really, really cool. So this list actually was playing the Triple Crown in the main deck. This is one of those cases, you can kind of justify the crown, right? You got to make sure that your Yummy monster can kind of stick around. I mean, you've got so many Yummy monsters you can kind of navigate around with and slap on the field that you'll be able to, get one sticker. I see we're also playing the Radiant Typhoon draw card. I mean, look at how many quick plays you've got in this deck, man. This card will always be basically turning into a draw too. If not, it's a free MST search at the end of the sugar-coated rainbow. I mean, there are purposes to play this. Also see we're playing the Lyrilisk Link one. That's an interesting choice. No Zeus or anything like that in here to, kind of step into some of the rare oddities that a deck like this can use. But I do like this. No Pyre Map, and it does kind of showcase that, even with 1 Link 1, deck's still doing well. And we also had Radiant Typhoon by Ty here. This list, it's playing the 2 Noble Arms Shield Bearer, which I feel like is pretty normal at this point. Going with the Triple Link 2. Interesting. Glad to see no Pot of Extrav or anything like that in here. Extrav is very early very, very popular in the early builds. But, I guess you would rather just keep your extra deck intact. I mean, look at all these tech choices. You have the Typhon, you have the Rampage, all 4 pieces of this good stuff doing its job. You've got the Dominus pulses or purges down here to help you out. I mean, this just looks like a very good list all the way around. So, congratulations to the first of our YCS analyzations out of the weekend. We'll try to cover NA later this afternoon, but please bear with me as I would like to rest a little bit. So please, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.